Before I start, I would like everyone in the audience to take a moment to breathe and close their eyes. Just think about what a cool day this is in our lives. Now open your eyes. Everyday life can be busy. Most people in here are probably picturing their next task on their never-ending pile of to-do lists. This can seem challenging, daunting, right? We are under constant pressure to perform and adapt to society's standards. Even from a young age, we are being represented by a numbered grade. The word leader carries a lot of baggage, a responsibility to be this great figure. When I was younger, I felt like I was constantly pressuring myself in order to meet up with impossible expectations. It's scary, but it doesn't have to be. What I have learned this year is that leadership isn't an overwhelming name tag that you either have or don't. Leadership can be learned at any point in someone's life, doesn't need to be a constant state of being, and can be shown in different and unique ways. Leadership is fundamentally about relationship, and it is flexible. Connection can come from many things like friend and family dynamics, but it can also come from sports and passion. And for me, that is my dance team. Before now, I have never really considered myself a leader, not in school, not in dance. I thought of leadership as this quality that you were born with, and not something that could be learned. In fact, this is my first time ever taking part in any sort of leadership, and it has opened my eyes to the fact that it isn't that complicated. Raise your hand if you're the oldest child in your family. Now I want you to picture memories of being with your siblings in childhood. For me, I fought with my younger brothers constantly, but I never realized the impact that I had on them. Spending time with them made them overjoyed, and I never thought about how much they valued me as a possible role model. Even now, the sibling relationship goes both ways, as my brothers are constantly pushing me to do better. This is the same with my younger cousins, spending time with them, showing them my passions and interests, and more importantly, listening to theirs. This, too, was a leadership role. I have several younger family members that look up to me, and I can finally realize the weight of that. I only have one older cousin, and she inspires me and is one of my favorite people to confide in. Her impact on me is what makes me want to try so hard for those younger kids who look up to me. Even though I'm not leading an army or inspiring a generation, I'm still creating a positive space and being a leader, because leadership is relational. It is flexible and adaptable and builds between humans as relationships are built. In this way, being a leader and being a follower go hand in hand. Being able to recognize which is needed in a given situation is important. The best leaders are those who know when to step back to give others that same opportunity. Once again, flexibility in relationships. I have danced competitively for the same studio for most of my life, and it is my passion. In a team setting, it's important to trust each other and allow all ideas to be heard and seen. In dance, whoever is front and center is your leader, and whatever action this person takes, so must the group. Even if that one person messes up drastically, you stand by their call because you are a team. Understanding leadership is understanding we need to be flexible with who we are following and when is the right time to lead. Dance is all about unison and being able to preserve your pride for the better of the group. As humans, we have the compulsion to be the best. Competition is a part of our nature. RVS Leadership Academy has offered me a lens to examine dance as a context for leadership. In dance, I can now see that good leaders recognize when and where they're needed instead of letting their emotions and impulses take over their decision-making. Around 2 years ago, I received an email from one of my dance teachers expressing an interest in having me assistant teach for some of the other students. This basically meant that I would help the teacher by grabbing kids' attention, taking kids on bathroom breaks, and helping them when they get stuck or confused. I was really nervous at first because I had never considered myself good with kids at all. The first day I struggled. I had no idea what I was doing, and I did not like it. But then over time, I grew used to it and began to look forward to the days when I got to teach. This became the best part of my week. There came a time when I would miss a class, and then the next week I would have kids running up to me to give me hugs and tell me how much they miss me. This is when I realized that this is going to be a big part of my life. I don't know what the future holds for me, but I know that I want to spend my time building positive relationships and environments for kids who need it. I didn't expect this new sense of purpose, but I welcome it. I didn't know it then, but I let myself fall into a leadership role. And I know the reason I didn't know this was a leadership role is because when I picture the word leadership, I picture world leaders, people who lead the world in innovation, politics, or philosophy. But that's not what leadership is. Leadership isn't hereditary. It can be learned through experience. Leadership isn't constant. No one is a leader every day of every month of every year of their lives. Leadership isn't quantifiable. There isn't a number or a scale that represents which of our actions can be classified as leadership. Leadership is flexible, an ever-changing role that most people will experience at some point in their lives. So don't be afraid of the word. Let yourself be a leader through the relationships you form and the passions that are unique to you. Before I go, I would like to give a shout out to my success team and the people that are here supporting me today, who are constantly pushing me to be better. I feel like I've made some really good friends in this process, and I wouldn't be here without their support.